Let's do a quick 10-minute T-spine mobility routine. Get on your hands and knees, and we'll start by doing some cat-camel, rounding your back, and exhale as you arch your back, looking up to the sky, and breathe in as you round your back, pushing into the ground. We'll do 5 of these. Staying on our hands and knees, we're now going to go into scapula pumps. So pushing into the ground, we'll be lowering and rising our spine between your shoulder blades. Next, we're going into T-spine rotations. Come back on your heels, place your elbow between your knees, the other elbow touching with your hand resting on your neck, and open up your spine towards the sky. As you inhale, bring in. As you exhale, rotate up. Trying to keep your spine in alignment as if it's rotating on an axis. Inhale as you bring your elbow down and meet the other elbow, and exhale as you rotate up. Use the arm on the ground as leverage to push into that movement. After this opening, we'll now switch to the other side. Again, place your elbow between your knees, arm in front of you, and rotate up towards the sky. The movement is really meant to be in your thoracic spine, which is your upper back. Come into a cobra position on your stomach. We'll now mobilize our cervical spine. Press into the ground with your forearms, and we'll do some yeses and nos. First, exhaling as we do the movement, looking up, and exhaling as we look down. Make sure you stay nice and high between your shoulder blades. Come to neutral, and now we'll do some rotations. Look over one shoulder, aiming to look as far that you can see the opposite foot on the ground. And now exhale as you rotate towards the other side. Make sure you stay high between your shoulder blades. Do a full inhalation as you're looking over your shoulder, and again, exhale as you rotate. We'll now do some cat camels with the foam roller. Place your knees in alignment with your hands and your hands on the foam roller. Roll the foam roller out to get into a nice deep back extension. And inhale as we round up. And again, exhale as we roll forward into extension. You should feel a nice stretch through your shoulder and your pectoralis. Now we'll come onto our backs and roll out our backs. So place your feet in front of you, raise your hips, and we'll quickly just roll up and down the spine, loosening up all the muscles in our back. We'll now place our glutes on the ground, and we'll start with the foam roller at mid-spine, and supporting your neck, we'll do some extensions and flexion. Make sure that you can breathe through this. You may feel or hear some pops in your spine, and that's okay. Now we'll roll down a little bit to get into a segment further up the spine, more in line with the shoulder blades. Again, supporting your head, we'll do flexion extensions, and it's okay if your head touches the ground. Make sure that you can breathe through this and that you're feeling the breath come all the way to your diaphragm. And now roll down a little bit more to get the last and final upper segment of your thoracic spine. Again, supporting your head, we'll do some extensions, bringing our head back towards the ground and support it as it comes back up into flexion. Gently come out of this position and line the foam roller sideways against your body and find a pillow or a mat to rest your head on. That way your cervical spine stays in line with the rest of your spine. We'll bring your knee up to hip height or higher, and our lower leg is an extension. Place your hands so they're stacked, and we'll be opening up our spine to the opposite side. So hands together, and now reach your palms away from you, above towards the sky, and then out to the other side of you. Exhale as you open up your chest to the other side, and inhale as you rotate back to the side with your foam roller. After completing about 5 of these, let's rotate to the other side. So bring the foam roller to face the other side of your body. Again, line your knee up with your hip or higher, your lower leg in extension, and pushing those palms out. You're reaching away as you open up your chest. Breathe in as you return, and exhale as you're rotating away, twisting the spine. Throughout this movement, the knees should not be shifting, neither should your hips. The movement is really coming from the upper back, releasing and opening up our pecs, our anterior chain, and further creating that stability in our lower back. Now, if you feel that one side could use a little more of a stretch, lower your hand to your thigh and leave that arm open in the rotation, and take some deep diaphragmatic breaths, sending the air down to your diaphragm and your pelvis. As you breathe in, imagine the air is filling your pectoralis muscles in front of your shoulder, and as you exhale, imagine your shoulder sinking back towards the ground. This can be done on both sides and will give you a really nice release. Grab a medium to light weight kettlebell and come into tall kneeling. We'll now be performing some halos. Grab the kettlebell by the handles, by the horns, and in tall kneeling, you want to have the kettlebell in front of your chest with the bottom facing up towards the ceiling to begin in the opening position. Then you'll rotate the kettlebell around your head, going in each direction equal amount of times. The kettlebell's bottom should be facing the wall behind you, the ground behind you, and then the wall behind you again. Remember that the kettlebell is going around your head, not the head going around the kettlebell. In this tall kneeling position, really engage your glutes and your core. This is an excellent exercise to loosen up the shoulder girdle and fire our core, which further enables more mobility in our shoulder girdle. Once you've done equal amount of halos in each direction, place the kettlebell down and grab a light kettlebell. We'll be going in a half kneeling position and doing some military presses with the bottoms up position with the kettlebell. That means that the bottom is facing up and you're holding the handle at the bottom or at the top. In this position, you're really going to engage your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, and your core as you press the kettlebell up to the ceiling. Remember that the movement needs to generate from the serratus anterior and the lats, and it's almost as if you're pushing the kettlebell out and up. Aim to keep the kettlebell moving in the same line. Now place the kettlebell down and we'll switch legs. In the bottoms up position, your pinky should be facing forward and your thumb should be facing back. Make sure that your wrist is not kinked, but is straight in line with your forearm. This is a really great stabilizing exercise for your entire shirtle girdle and specifically your upper back and trunk, which we just released. And that's it. Thank you for following us. Notice how you feel and have a great day.